Imagine reading 300 chapters. You invest years. You fall in love with characters. You celebrate their victories, cry at their losses. Then, in the final chapter, the author kills everyone. Not a metaphor, not some characters, everyone. The hero, the love interest, the comic relief, all dead. This manga actually exists. And today I'm going to show you exactly how an ending so brutal became legendary. But first, let me ask you, would you respect an author who dared to write that? But here's what will truly blow your mind. This ending, this massacre of every beloved character, isn't hated, it's worshipped. Fans call it a masterpiece. They analyze it like sacred text. How is that possible? How can the destruction of everything you love be celebrated as art? The answer reveals something dark and beautiful about human psychology, something I'll expose in shocking detail today. And this leads to my final question, the one that kept me awake for months. If the author of your life story decided your ending right now, what would it be? Would you get a happy ending? A tragic one? Or something so unexpected it redefines what an ending can be? After analyzing these 3 manga endings, I have an answer that will haunt you. If you're ready to have everything you know about storytelling shattered, don't you dare click away. Why do endings matter so much? Because an ending isn't just the last page. It's the lens through which we remember the entire journey. A weak ending can ruin 300 chapters. A powerful ending can immortalize them. Today, we're analyzing 3 manga endings that didn't just conclude stories. They created cultural earthquakes. Endings that sparked riots in forums, inspired academic papers, and left millions of readers permanently changed. But what makes a good ending? Is it satisfaction? Completeness? Hope? These 3 manga dared to answer no. They proposed something radical, that the best endings aren't the ones that tie ribbons. They're the ones that cut veins. They're the ones that leave you bleeding with questions, that challenge your morality, that force you to rebuild your understanding of the story from its ashes. This is the territory we're entering. Our first story is a Seinen masterpiece called The Eternal Farewell. It follows Kaito, a hero who spends 250 chapters uniting warring factions, defeating ancient evils, and bringing peace to a broken world. The artwork is breathtaking. The character development is textbook perfect. You watch Kaito grow from a scared boy to a wise leader. He falls in love. He builds a family. He creates a utopia. The story builds toward his triumphant retirement. The final art is pure victory. The last villain defeated, the world saved. Kaito's wedding to his lifelong love, Hana. Their child being born. The final chapter opens with sunshine, birds singing, Kaito smiling at his peaceful kingdom. He gives a speech about hope, about the future. He embraces his friends, thanks his mentors. It's 30 pages of pure, unadulterated happiness. The reader is crying tears of joy. Then, page 31. Page 31. Kaito is alone on a cliff. The celebration continues in the distance. He looks at the sunset. He whispers, "It's perfect." Then he takes a dagger, a ceremonial one from his wedding, and plunges it into his own heart. No warning, no explanation, just suicide. The remaining pages show his funeral, his wife's confusion, his child growing up fatherless. The final panel, his gravestone with the epitaph, "He saved everyone but himself." When this chapter dropped, the internet imploded. Forums crashed. Twitter hashtags trended for weeks. Readers divided into warring factions. Group A, "This is genius, a statement about depression." Group B, "This is trash, character assassination." The author gave 0 interviews, No explanations, just silence. The manga's rating on review sites dropped from 9.5 to 3.0 overnight, then slowly climbed back to 9.8 as people processed the shock. Months later, detectives began finding clues. Hidden in Chapter 47, Kaito staring at a butterfly's short lifespan. Chapter 89, him asking, "Do heroes deserve happiness?" Chapter 120, a nightmare where he's empty after victory. The author had planted the seeds for 200 chapters. We missed them because we wanted the happy ending. The suicide wasn't sudden. It was inevitable. We just refused to see it. Psychologists actually studied this phenomenon. Why did readers eventually accept this ending? Because it spoke to a universal truth. Victory can feel empty. Saving others doesn't save yourself. Kaito was a martyr not to a cause, but to the expectation of happiness. The ending forced readers to ask, have I ever achieved something great only to feel nothing? That personal connection transformed outrage into reverence. Eternal Farewell changed how authors approach endings. It proved readers could handle and eventually crave emotional devastation. It spawned essays titled The Beauty of Meaningless Sacrifice. University courses analyzed it. The phrase Kaito's choice entered the lexicon for any ending that prioritizes thematic truth over character happiness. It wasn't just a manga ending. It was a cultural reset. And this brings us to our first major question, the one that sparked million comment threads. Was Kaito selfish or selfless? Did he abandon his family? Or did he spare them a lifetime with a hollow man? There's no right answer. That's why it haunted us. The manga didn't give answers, it gave mirrors. And in those mirrors, we saw our own relationship with achievement, happiness, and emptiness. Before we continue, if this analysis is hitting you emotionally, if you're realizing how powerful manga can be, hit that like button right now. Let's see how many people are brave enough to engage with these hard questions. Because we're just warming up. The next ending is even more controversial. It doesn't just kill a hero. It makes you question who the hero ever was. Our second story is a psychological thriller titled The Devil's Daughter. Meet Saki, a seemingly innocent girl who can see people's sins as visual auras. She uses this power to hunt serial killers. For 180 chapters, she's the perfect protagonist. Righteous, clever, morally unwavering. She has a catchphrase, evil must be erased. Readers adore her, cosplay her, quote her. She's an icon. Saki's journey follows classic hero structure. She defeats increasingly evil villains. She struggles with the morality of her power. She falls in love with a detective who helps her. She forms a team. The art style is dark but beautiful. Her character design, white hair, red eyes, becomes instantly recognizable. She represents purity in a corrupt world. Fans call her the moral compass of manga. Chapter 181 introduces the final villain, a man whose aura shows nothing, no sins. Saki is confused. Her power has never failed. The man claims he's innocent. She doesn't believe him. She investigates, finds what seems like evidence, convinces her team. They prepare to execute him. But the detective, her love interest, has doubts. What if your power is wrong? He asks. She scoffs. My power is never wrong. They capture the villain. Saki prepares to deliver final judgment. The man begs, I'm innocent. Please, check again. Her team watches. The detective pleads. Saki, wait. She doesn't. She executes him. The chapter ends with her smiling. Justice is served. Readers cheer. Another victory. Then, the next chapter. Chapter 182 opens with the detective investigating alone. He finds proof. Concrete, undeniable proof. The executed man was innocent. Saki's power didn't see sins, it saw potential for sin. The man had dark thoughts but never acted. Saki killed an innocent person. But worse, the detective realizes this wasn't her first mistake. He re-examines past cases, finds 12 other innocent victims. The detective confronts Saki with evidence. Her reaction? Calm, serene, she smiles. They would have sinned eventually. I prevented it. He's horrified. That's not justice. That's pre-crime. She tilts her head. Is there a difference? The panels show her aura for the first time. It's not white, it's black. Pitch black. She's been the most sinful person all along. Her power was a lie. Or worse, a projection. The remaining chapters are a chase, but the roles are reversed. Saki is now the villain. The detective is the hero trying to stop her. She systematically eliminates her former team. Each death is brutal. Each is framed as necessary. Her logic is flawless, her morality inverted. Readers' screens fill with comments. Wait, what? This can't be happening. The final battle isn't physical. It's philosophical. The detective cornering Saki in a church. Their debate. Him, you became what you hunted. Her, I evolved. You cling to outdated morality. Him, you murdered innocence. Her, I purified potential evil. You protect future monsters. The art shifts. Saki looks like an angel. The detective looks desperate. Readers realize they're starting to see her point. Final chapter. Saki wins. Not by killing the detective, by convincing him. He lowers his weapon, tears in his eyes. You're right, he says. The world needs purification. They walk out together. The final panel, their silhouettes against a burning city. They're going to cleanse humanity. The protagonist has fully become the antagonist. And the reader is left wondering, do I agree with her? The fallout was nuclear. Two factions formed. Team Saki, she's right. Prevent evil before it happens. Team Detective, this is fascism, thought crime. The debate spilled beyond manga forums. Philosophers discussed it. Ethicists wrote papers. The question, would you stop a Hitler before he was Hitler, became mainstream. The manga didn't just tell a story. It created a moral testing ground for millions. Most stories reassure us. Good people stay good. Bad people get punished. This ending said, no. Goodness can corrupt. Righteousness can become tyranny. The most dangerous villain isn't the one who knows they're evil. It's the one who believes they're good. By making readers sympathize with Saki for 180 chapters, then revealing her as a monster, the author forced us to question our own moral certainty. So we've seen personal tragedy and moral inversion. Our final ending goes bigger. Cosmic. What if an ending didn't just change characters, but changed reality itself? What if the final chapter revealed that everything you read was a lie? Not a metaphor. A literal, reality-breaking lie. This is the Clockmaker's paradox. The Clockmaker's paradox is hard sci-fi. It follows Ren, a scientist who discovers time is a physical construct, a clockwork universe. He learns to manipulate it. He fixes historical tragedies, prevents wars, saves billions. The manga is 400 chapters of triumph. Ren becomes godlike. He falls in love with a woman from ancient Rome, brings her to the present. They build a perfect world. But perfection has side effects. Every time Ren changes history, time fractures appear, glitches in reality. They start small. A flower that blooms backwards. A raindrop that falls up. Then grow. People remembering different pasts. Cities existing in two places at once. Ren's lover begins fading. She shouldn't exist in this timeline. Ren faces a choice. Undo his changes and lose everything, or let reality unravel. He chooses his love. He chooses perfection. The fractures multiply. Chapters 350 through 399 show reality collapsing. Pages themselves get experimental. Panels overlap. Text becomes unreadable. Colors invert. Readers feel Ren's desperation. We want him to save his love. We understand his choice. Even as the universe dies around him, we're thinking, just be happy with her. Who cares about reality? Chapter 400 arrives. Readers expect resolution. Instead, the chapter is blank. White pages. Nothing. Confusion spreads. Is this a printing error? A hack? Then readers notice. Page numbers are wrong. They go from 1 to 400, then back to 1. The chapter isn't missing. It's repeating. The entire manga is chapter 400. Careful readers start finding clues. On page 1 of chapter 1, a tiny clock in the background showing 11:59. On page 200, Ren's reflection shows him older. On page 399, his lover's dialogue is identical to page 1. The truth emerges. The entire 400-chapter story is a time loop. Ren is trapped. He didn't save anyone. He didn't fall in love. He's reliving the same story infinitely. Every victory resets. The true final page was printed on the inside back cover, where nobody looked. It shows Ren at the beginning again, but his eyes are different. Ancient, tired. He speaks directly to the reader. This is my 7,400-second loop. You are reading version 164. Nothing changes. Nothing matters. Please, stop reading. Break the loop. Forget me. Then the manga ends. Actually ends. This wasn't just a plot twist. It was a metaphysical attack on the reader. The manga said, your investment was meaningless. Your emotional connection was to a prisoner. Your hope fueled his torture. By reading, you participated in his eternal suffering. The final instruction, stop reading, wasn't dialogue. It was a command to us, to close the book, to free him. Some readers refused. They kept rereading, analyzing, trying to save Ren from within the story. Others obeyed. They stopped reading mid-series. They sold their copies. They created a movement, Free Ren by Forgetting. The manga became famous for what people didn't do. Finish it. Completion rates dropped to 23%. The most loyal fans were the ones who never finished. These three endings represent a perfect trinity of narrative subversion. Personal tragedy, eternal farewell. The hero destroys himself. Moral inversion, devil's daughter. The hero becomes the villain. Reality collapse, Clockmaker. The story denies its own existence. Each attacks a different level of reader investment. Emotional, moral, existential. Psychologists identified the unreality cascade. Stage 1, cognitive dissonance. This can't be right. Stage 2, emotional contagion. Everyone is freaking out. Stage 3, identity investment. I need to defend my interpretation. Stage 4, cultural saturation. It's everywhere. These endings forced readers through all 4 stages. That's why they dominated social media for months. Each author took enormous risks. They knew they'd anger fans, receive death threats, damage sales, but they did it anyway. Why? Because they understood something fundamental. In an age of predictable content, the only way to be remembered is to be unforgettable. And nothing is more unforgettable than having your heart ripped out, your morals inverted, and your reality questioned. This creates a dilemma for us as readers. Do we want A, safe, satisfying endings that comfort us? B, dangerous, disruptive endings that change us? The viral success of these manga suggests we crave danger. We want to be shattered. We want art that doesn't respect our feelings, because only that kind of art treats us as adults. And this brings me to my question for you. In the comments, answer this. Which type of ending would you rather experience? A, personal tragedy that makes you cry. B, moral inversion that makes you question yourself. C, reality collapse that makes you question everything. This isn't rhetorical. I'll read every answer. I'll feature the most insightful ones in my next video. Because your perspective matters. You're not just viewers. You're part of this conversation about what stories should be. These 3 manga didn't just end stories. They ended eras. They prove that readers are hungrier for truth than for happiness. That we'd rather be devastated by something real than comforted by something fake. Their legacy isn't in sales numbers. It's in the thousands of fan essays, the heated debates, the readers who say, "This manga broke me, and I'm grateful." So let's answer the original question. What makes a good ending? These mangas suggest a good ending isn't about resolution. It's about resonance. It's not about answering questions. It's about asking better ones. A good ending stays with you, lives in your mind rent-free, changes how you see other stories, changes how you see life. There's a special courage required to write endings like these, to look at years of work and say, "I will end this in a way that will make people hate me," to prioritize artistic truth over commercial safety. We should celebrate these authors not just as storytellers, but as warriors. Warriors who fought against expectation, against tradition, against their own fans' desires. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Seek out dangerous stories. Read the manga that scares you. The ones with warnings, the ones people say are too much, because those are the stories that treat you with respect. They assume you're strong enough to handle truth. They assume your heart can break and heal stronger. Don't just consume stories. Let them consume you. Next week, we're going darker. We're analyzing horror manga that don't use ghosts or monsters. They use ideas. Philosophical concepts so terrifying, they've literally given readers panic attacks. One manga, in particular, about the nature of consciousness, has a 37% dropout rate because people can't handle its truth. If you think today was intense, you're not ready. Subscribe and hit the bell. You'll need emotional preparation. Thank you for watching this far, for engaging with these difficult ideas. This channel exists because of viewers like you. Viewers who want more from entertainment than just entertainment. Who want art that challenges, provokes, transforms. Every like, comment, and share tells the algorithm, give us more content like this. So if you want more deep manga analysis, help me spread this message. I'll leave you with this. The most powerful stories aren't the ones that tell you what to feel. They're the ones that make you question why you feel it. These 3 manga didn't want your tears or your applause. They wanted your confusion, your anger, your existential crisis. And in doing so, they gave you something precious. Proof that you can feel that deeply. We live in an age of endless content, of safe, algorithm-friendly stories designed to offend no one. These manga are rebellions against that. They're declarations that art should risk everything, that endings should be landmines, not landing pads. As readers, we have a choice. Do we want to be comforted or challenged? Today, you chose challenge, and for that, I respect you. From here, I'll let the artwork speak. A montage of the most powerful panels from these 3 manga. No commentary, just the images that broke hearts, inverted morals, and shattered realities. Sit with them, feel them, let them do what they were designed to do. Change you. Visuals: Kaito's dagger hitting his heart, eternal farewell. Saki's black aura revealing her true nature, Devil's Daughter. The blank pages of Chapter 400, Clockmaker's Paradox. The hidden final page with Ren's plea. Fan art of readers' reactions. Cultural impact in academic papers, forums, social media. The final image, a closed manga volume with a tag that reads, "Warning, this story doesn't care about your feelings." Fade to channel logo. Outro voice. If you want more content that treats you like an adult, subscribe. If you want safe, predictable stories, you know where to find them. We choose danger. See you next week.